Hello and welcome. Time for another video. This one won't be as long. And it's going to be about Theta, the origins, as well as Huobi. And all bets, trades of the like within each's own risk and their own reward. But I'm looking at Theta on the early days when it started, going back from January the 17th. And this is completed into early April. And this is when it was not listed on Binance. It was, for what I know, only traded, or at least the largest place it was traded was that on Huobi. Now, in the recent video, I was looking at DGB, and the price differential being many basis points higher on that site. And I logged on after the site, after I did my video, the last one, I logged on to Huobi. I checked my history, and I noticed that the wallet for DGB was offline, and most likely has been for quite some time. And I then checked and seen, oh, it was Litecoin that I deposited a few days ago and not DGB, which is why the confusion was in play because for some reason I was thinking that it was DGB that I deposited, and if the wallets were offline, it made no sense that there should be that large of an arbitrage available. But it's an offline wallet arbitrage, which means you have to have coins on DGB because its price is about 30+% higher. So you could literally sell like 100,000 DGB on like Huobi and buy like 130 or 140,000 for the same price on either Bittrex or Poloniex. Anyway, enough about that. So in checking the history, I looked at it and I thought it was very interesting because I was able to timeline the exact events, and well, I picked some tops and bottoms pretty good, I guess, because I can tell just within my deposit and withdraw history, which isn't much on Huobi right now. This is what it is. I have made 4 deposits and 3 withdrawals. On February 28, 2018, I deposited 1 Litecoin, and I also deposited 0.05 BTC. That would have been my entry point into buying Theta. And then we can see on March the 8th, I deposited zero point 0.6 more Litecoin, which would have been to buy more Theta. On March the 11th, I ended up withdrawing that of Bitcoin Cash, a 0.10 of it. And then on March 26th, I got out of the Theta trade, and I withdrew almost 4 Litecoin. June the 12th at 1300 hours, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I deposited. Like I thought it was a little bit of DGB that I deposited, but instead it was 0.075 Litecoin, so just a small amount. I sold it on the market immediately when I got it there for Bitcoin Cash. Then I tried withdrawing it, but they said there was a 24-hour wait. So as you can see, I waited really just a little over that because it was 13:41 the next day when I was able to withdraw the 0.02614 BCH, and it's very cheap to send it off there. But anyway, let's go over these 4 transaction dates because the time frames are pretty interesting. So we'll start off within February the 28th, and it's the end of that day, at least for the New York time. We're a few hours to the start. And in doing so, let's take a look. February 28th was this day here. So the day of the bottom, the day where it started its breakout with a good 5-day rally. And that was an interesting day because JSnip4, YouTuber on, was for days and days and days, well, maybe at least some amount of days, was promoting this coin that was so great, and of course it being this one. And the video came out just then, and once I found out what it was, I'm like, you know what, let's go for it. Let's just put a little bit of a trade on it and have some fun with it. As you can see, it was 1 Litecoin and 0.05 BTC that I started with. And I started trading it, and immediately, of course, the gains were coming in. And days like this, most likely March 2nd, I most likely bought back because I would have been buying low, selling high like normal. But if we continue further, we got March 8th and then March 11th. March 11th deposit and March 11th withdrawal. Well, March 8th occurred on what day? Well, it occurred on this bottom day. So I would have been like, "Oh, the market's down. I want to add more to my portfolio." And then March 11th comes along, which is on the day of this top. So Okay, well, I probably decided to profit take a little bit because of that gain that occurred. And then late March, it doesn't matter the day here, you can see it. I mean, it's all the same in here. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. The volatility wasn't doing much. I didn't like, actually, it's interesting because on the Huobi exchange at the time, during the month of March of 2018, I didn't like it at all. The login was login was Binance esque like interesting, but it was faulty and it was bad, and that's really the reason why I got off of it. It wasn't Theta at all. I figured I could just trade whatever, but it was. I mean, just to log on to one exchange for one coin, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's end up getting out of it. But of course, obviously, was getting back in there after the fact. As we can see, Binance decided, or this market went up because of Binance. And as the market was, of course, was starting to go down in here, that's when I re-entered into a position of the Theta. And of course, there was that great move on November 30th and big high. Now we got the big low. Markets move up, markets move down. Long term, of course, very confident. I've talked a lot about this. I want to make this a short video, and right now we're at 7 minutes. I can't guarantee this will be my last video because off topic. Last couple nights for me has been very difficult getting sleep. A lot of times, not only going to bed later than normal, but then just taking longer to sleep. And I don't wake up that much later. As long as I can fall asleep by 3:30 in the morning, I'm gonna wake up in the morning, of course. Meaning, if I were to fall asleep at a early time, like say I go to bed now, I fall asleep at midnight. I'm gonna get up by 8 o'clock, 7 even something, but latest by 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get up at the 7 o'clock hour. I could even get up at 6 o'clock something. But I'm always going to usually get up by like 8:40, 8:45, and that's what I've been getting up lately, around close to 8:45, because I've been sleeping, getting to bed so late, and I haven't been napping as much too recently. But today, I had one of my best sleeps recently, or a top 50, or not top 20, top 15, one of those amazing sleeps. You didn't, as I woke up and it was just one of those weird feelings, but knocked me out for several hours. I probably would have fallen asleep probably before 5 p.m., but after 4, and I got up at 8:30. So I know now that it's 11:54. There's not even. I'm not gonna even gonna probably try to fall asleep until like 2:30 in the morning minimum, and I know I'm probably only gonna need about 3.5 or 4 hours as it is anyway. So if anything happens in the next couple hours or whatever, there could be another video. That's why I'm saying that. And another reason why I'm saying that too is that was really part of the confusion to the DGB. Because it's really the way just your brain and how you're feeling right now. It was a good one to have. So it was yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.